What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling? It's like the wee hours of the morning. I was ready to do, I was getting ready to watch a couple of Love Island USA episodes, right? And I was like, wait, did I film a chat about episodes 25 and 26? And I checked and I was like, oh no, I didn't. And so I started to make a video. And I realized, wait a minute, you might have got some things and some names. I know I forgot some names, and I had some things confused and mixed up. So I was like, no, let me go back and rewatch episodes 25 and 26. And I'm glad I did because I saw some things I really didn't see um, on the first watch. So let's just get into it. Love Island USA, Season 5, Episodes 25 and 26. So 25 picks up with, it's like still the moments after the girls receive that text message with the video of what's been going on in the villa. KK is very obviously hurt by what she saw from Keenan. She still feels stupid and played. Imani takes her to the side and at Casa Amor, and talks to her. Imani got this I'm a girl's energy, and she's always trying to hype you up, and not just hype you up, but speak life into you, affirm you and your feelings and all that you might be dealing with in the moment. She tries to be the positive. And I know there's people out there that are like that, but on deep down inside they be hating on you. And they do that, they try to project this most positive person, an affirming person, when really they are kind of like negative and mean spirited. But I don't get that from Imani. I get genuine, I'm a girl's girl and I'm here to back my sisters up. And when I say sisters, I mean all females, not just black women. That's the vibe I get from Imani. So she's doing that, and we see Hannah crying. And Carmen is comforting her. Because Hannah is like, what the hell? Like he was my best friend in here. Like she feels betrayed and she's hurt. But again, you don't know the context, and that's the thing. But when I think about if I was their age and I was in their shoes, I know me. I make up all kind of scenarios in my head anyway, and I'm real quick to fly off the deep end. So I wouldn't have been thinking about context at the time after I received those videos either, you know? So they all get a message that it's going to be a recoupling. So the recoupling happens. The first person up is Mike. Mike was having a real good chemistry and connection with Destiny, although she was coupled up with Jonah at the time before she left to go to Casa Amor. But Mike decides to couple up with Hannah, which is Marco's ex that they brought into the villa. So once Mike coupled up with Hannah, the next person they went to, because he was single at the time, so the next person they went to was was it? Yeah, the next person they went to was Jonah. And so they asked Jonah who he wanted to couple up with, and he came straight out. He wanted to couple up with Taylor, one of the VIPs, the girls that came to the villa. She's a white girl. He felt the connection and the spark with her. And him and Destiny had a conversation. They was going to explore other connections. Because like I just said, Destiny and Mike was giving each other the googly eyes. And they had a real connection. And she was like, oh, even though she was coupled up with Jonah before she left for Casa Amor, her and Mike was looking like they had a real deep, well, not real deep, but like an instant connection with each other. So no love lost there. So Jonah couples up with Taylor. They bring Destiny in. She comes in with Zay. But when she sits down, wait a minute, first, before she even sit down, the host, her name's Sarah or something, I believe. She said something to Destiny about when you left, you was coupled up with Jonah. And then, but you was also chatting it up with Mike. And she said, oh, I forgot all about I was coupled up with Jonah. Ooh, you just reminded me. I said, well, shit. You know what I'm loving for Destiny? Destiny playing this thing just like those guys be playing it. She not getting all caught up and putting her eggs all in one basket off the first date or couple talks and stuff like some of the other girls are doing. She really doing it how the guys be doing it. So anyway, she goes to sit down, but her and Mike still making googly eyes at each other. So I'm like, okay, where's this gonna go? So then they ask, I believe they asked Bergie. Did they? I don't know who they asked next, but Bergie comes in. They asked Bergie who he wanted to couple up with. And of course Bergie was single. He's not coupled up with anybody. So he said he wanna hook up, he wanna couple up with the other Taylor. I would say she's racially ambiguous. You can't tell. I can't tell if she's like biracial Mexican and black, biracial white and black. I can't tell. Or maybe she's just a light skinned black girl. I don't know. Or maybe she's Hispanic. I don't know. So I say racially ambiguous. We see them have a couple chats with each other too before they even do the recoupling. And she's just like, once again, somebody building Bergie's confidence up. Look, don't be afraid to like pull my leg or, because she told him, my love language is touch, affection. Like, don't be afraid. And he was telling her, like, he had one relationship that was like 10 months long. And then this connection with her is kind of like equaling to the connection he felt to that person he was in a relationship with for 10 months. So he hasn't had that much experience. So, like I said, once again, he's got to get a whole lot of poking and prodding and self-confidence building from outsiders instead of from within. So then after that, we get, did we get him first? I'm just going to say it this way. We get Leo. Leo. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He don't know what he want to do. He got with Johnny, slept with her the second night. He said it was an instant chemistry, instant connection. And Johnny allowed him to go there. So they went there, in the bed, in a room full of about 14 other people. He's like, I gotta do what I gotta do for myself. So like I said, he picks Johnny. He couples up with her. And then Sarah brings in Cassie. Cassie comes in with Mattea. And she giving Leo a look like, you disgusting, because when she see him sitting there with Johnny, she already has confirmed, well, she already thought it when she saw the video, but it's confirmed that it was Leo who slept with Johnny. And she sits down and she's just like, don't even look at me because I can't look at you right now. She hurt. And it's justified. And Leo felt like a piece of crap. He really do. I feel like he liked the connection. It was instant chemistry with Johnny, but I feel like it was instant physical chemistry. Even though he said they was having nice conversations and things, I think it was instant physical chemistry. And I feel like he instantly regretted it too after he slept with her. And then she went and told all the girls that they did and all that stuff like that. Like, I think he regretted that, like, the next morning. He regretted it. But anyway, Cassie sits down with Mattea. So then they call in, at some point, they call in Armani. Armani was single. She came back with, his name is Kyle, the dark skinned guy, the one that's the soccer coach. She came back with him. And Sarah said she okay with her choice. She said yeah. And she was like, when you left, was she single? No. Yeah, she was single, but her and Jonah was showing a little interest in each other. But honestly, I think Jonah might be into dating black women. But I feel like his preference is white. And Jonah was getting along, going along to get along in the game of Love Island. And seeing this connection, that connection, and so forth, to make sure he had his place to stay in the house. So, there's no love lost between him and Armani with each other. So they sit there. Then, at some point, we get Marco, and they ask Marco who he want to couple up with. Of course, he's going to say Hannah. The new Hannah that he's been dating while he's there, not his ex-girlfriend Hannah. Hannah comes in, she hugs him, and he's so happy to see her. He's just smiling and everything. And I'm like, Lord, you don't know what happened. And at some point we get, because I know I'm all out of order. At some point they say, Kenzo, who you want to couple up with? He want Carmen. Of course, Carmen comes in alone because she want her Kenzo back as well. And Kenzo jumps up and runs towards her and almost slips and falls. I said, oh my God, please don't let him fall. He did it. But he did slip. He picks her up and they kiss and everything. And when they go sit down, she looks at Leo and she look at Keenan. And she gave them the nasty eye and she let them know there was a video. And KK coming in hot. So yeah, Carmen came in. Kenzo and Carmen made their choice for each other and recoupled up before Leo. Because I think Leo and Cassie happened right before Keenan and KK. So they sit there and Marco looking like, what the fuck? What? Excuse me. Because Hannah had sat down and didn't mention the video. But Carmen mentioned that video. She told them what was up or whatever. She didn't say the details because they was in the middle of this recoupling. But yeah. So KK comes in. Of course, Naja's standing there looking. She hoping that Keenan chooses her. But I think she knew deep down inside he wasn't going to choose her. She was giving him all the opportunities to let him know. To let her know that they could make something work, whatever, but he was just still stuck on KK. So KK comes in. He chooses KK. KK comes in alone and says she chooses to stay single. She came in hot. You can tell how she walked in. She was pissed. So they go sit down. Sarah goes about her business. Everybody starts to disperse after the recoupling. Everybody just like, wow. So they sitting there on the couch in front of the fire pit, KK and Keenan. And I forget which one of them told her that their whole situation is so toxic. And it is. Because he wants the opportunity to get to know other women and explore their connections. But he don't want to give KK the same. He expects KK to stand up to the side, not really interact with any of the guys or anything like that, like he's doing, and still wait for him to come around and decide that she's the one that he wants, and she's starting to feel a way about it, always being, like expected to not entertain anybody, but you can go out there and explore your connections and stuff. And it's like, it don't work like that, dude. We all here to explore connections. So he talking to her, and it's like he making it her fault with all what happened and everything. And she gets up and she walks off, and he just still sitting there. So she goes and Marco and Hannah pull her to the side and they talking. And that's when they explained to Marco the video and what was on it and stuff. Next thing you know, Marco was like that shit was wrong, whatever. Kenan come busting in the door like, KK, let me talk to you. And Marco was like, what? And she leaves their conversation with them, goes to talk to Kenan outside. That's when Marco, somebody, I couldn't tell if it was Destiny who said it or Hannah who said it, but I know Marco said, you want me to go grab her? So it must have been Hannah. So he goes like, KK, you want to come with me? And Kenan like, yo, we having a conversation right now. And I'm like, wait, hold up. What's all that? You saying that with your whole chest? You just went, they were having a conversation, and you came and interrupted, and you expected, for her to follow you out and go talk to you while she was already having a conversation with them. And she did that. And that's the thing, like, KK be letting him run her. So anyway, they have some exchange of words. And he keeps saying, KK, you coming or not? And she was like, just give me a minute. So they walk off. And there was still some words between him and Hannah, Kenan and Hannah. Because Hannah was like, you ain't going to be talking to me like that. And I was like, yeah. And so KK was like, you got to respect her. They seen all I've been going through with you. So they just trying to protect me and keep me covered. Like, you can't disrespect her for trying to stick up for me. So now he wants to apologize and feel like she's due. Like, it's okay that she feels how she feels because what he did was wrong. And like she said, it's not the fact that you talked and explored more options. Like, I'm even over that. But you crossed the boundary. We had said we wasn't sleeping with nobody else. We wasn't, outside of the games that you got to play where you kiss it. We wasn't going to be doing none of that stuff. And you did that. You was in the bed with her. She touched on you. And all that kind of stuff. I seen it on the video. And he looking like, oh, wow. So, and then he says, oh, wow, basically, about what she said, what she saw in that video. Like, he apologizes. And she gets up and she goes to the girls and she tells them, like, listen, I don't know if we can ever it's never going to be the way that it was between him and I. I'm still going to be single in here. She's still in her feelings. She's still hot. So she like, he can come and try to beg all he wants, but he got to put some action behind those I'm sorries. Because she's tired of the I'm sorries, the words, and not no action behind it. Showing that you really like me. So that happened. So then we see Mike and his Hannah having a conversation, and she posed the question like, are you into Destiny? Like, what's the thing between y'all? Because I can tell y'all got some chemistry in this and that so far. Like, what's going on with that? So he was like, I'm trying to get to know you, but yeah, me and her, we was feeling each other before the Casa Amor. And it was just left up in the air. We don't know, but she got her connection, person she brought back in. She exploring that, but I'm not going to say that it's not closed. I mean, that it's closed off. Like, if she wants to continue to try to get to know me, like, what's meant to be is what's going to be or whatever. So, that was left alone. Then the whole Leo, Cassie, Johnny, triangle, and Mattia. Leo still feeling like a piece of ish. He feel like all eyes on him, and everybody is mad at him for what he did, choosing Johnny and not choosing Cassie. But Johnny is talking ish to somebody, talking about, yeah, she thought she was gonna come in here with some intimidation energy, think I was gonna be intimidated by her, girl, bye, basically is what she's saying. And I'm like, she did it. She came back with another dude. Because she just knew in her gut told her that he was the one that slept with you. She knew. She didn't come in trying to intimidate you. She came in feeling a way about him and being disappointed in him. And, you know, he slept with you, but I don't think she felt any kind of way towards you. You was a non-factor, young lady. So anyway, I didn't think this was going to be 20 minutes worth of talking. But this was 2 hours worth of TV. So, anyway, Leo has a conversation with Johnny. And he's all keep telling her, like, I can understand why she's hurting and stuff like that. Talking about Cassie, like, and when she's ready to talk, I'll talk to her. But right now, she just feel like she can't even look at me. But it's still you. Like, I really wanted to pursue my connection with you. Like, the vibe and everything just flowed so nice with you. But I can't lie. I can't sit here and lie to you and say I don't feel a way about hurting her. I know I hurt her by doing what I did. Because we were getting so close and we hadn't crossed that boundary. And here it is, I crossed that boundary with you in 2 days. So I know it hurt her. And I feel like a piece of crap for doing that or whatever. So we see Armani have a conversation with somebody. She have a conversation with Cassie. They all sitting on the little bench, her and Carmen. And there was somebody else that was sitting there with them. And Armani was hyping Cassie up to go pull Leo to the side and have a conversation about the whole thing. It's been just one night, you know, since it happened. We see Zay, Matea, and was it Mike? It was somebody. They was having a conversation, and basically Matea was like, he felt like he the third wheel in a love triangle. Like, he trying to get to know Cassie, but Cassie hung up on Leo and what Leo did. And she is. And he like, she not giving me her all. And the same thing goes for Johnny. Johnny feels the same way. Like, I can't explore and be showing how I feel about you, and we not exploring our connection that much because you caught up on the fact that you hurt this girl, and it's like real awkward and everything. Like, we not exploring each other or whatever. So, like I said, Armani hypes Cassie up to go pull Leo for a chat. We see Leo on the bench sitting there talking to Johnny. Cassie goes over and pulls him. They go inside and sit at this wall. I think it's the wall outside the bathrooms. And they have a conversation alone. She allowed him to talk. And he was like, he feel real messed up. He feel real bad. And he trying to explain to her how it happened. But even explaining how it happened, it doesn't negate the fact that it did happen. And it doesn't take away the hurt. Because like she said, she felt like everything was fake. Like all these things you was telling her and all that kind of stuff. And you go and sleep with this girl in 2 days. She felt like what y'all had was fake. And I knew it. Deep down inside, he instantly regretted it. Because his feelings for Cassie is way stronger than he realized. And now he knows. And he tells Cassie, well, where do we go from here? Because she said she felt like she lost what was like her best friend in the house. She was in Casa Amor, missing him. Even though she was trying to get to know Matea, she was still missing Leo. And all that stuff. And she was like looking forward to coming back to him. But then, when she saw the video, that's what made her bring another person back. So he was like, because in my mind, you still my girl. And I'm like, but you just told Johnny that you was really trying to make it work with her. And you were just feeling away because you felt like you hurt your friend. And y'all had a whole, y'all had history of being there together for some weeks. And I'm like, Leo. That's the thing. You got to be honest with your feelings. And you wasn't being completely honest with Johnny. But I get it. You weren't being completely honest with her because you still reeling from thinking everybody is on attack and against you for hurting Cassie. So you was like, in your mind probably, I ain't gonna tell her how I really feel. Because I don't want to hurt another person and have another person mad at me. When you really need to be honest about your feelings and not sugarcoat it, not go all the way around the mulberry bush about it and everything. Just say what it is. But anyway, Cassie's like she's going to keep exploring her connection with Matea. Even though Leo was like, you still my girl in my mind. Cassie was like, no, thank you. And she went back. She said she's going to explore things with Matea. And she talked to him. He told her, I feel like you've been giving me only 50%. She said, yeah, because it just happened last night. We only one night away from me finding out that he was in here and he had sex with somebody else. Then we had a recoupling the same night. And basically, you expect me to get over it that fast when I built a bond with this person? It's just not gonna happen. She was like, so if you, because he had this look on his face like, and he says, I'm still like, should I be exploring other connections and stuff? And she said, if that's what you want to do, do it. I'm not gonna hold you back, but if you want to explore other connections while you try to wait for me to get past this and work through this, that's fine by me. Do what you need to do for you, basically. And I was just like, that's what he wanted to do anyway. Especially after he saw how things was going between you and Leo. Or whatever. So that was the decision those two made. We see Destiny and Mike have a conversation about the fact that they never closed off or ever got the couple up. But in the conversation, he playing games too, but he also let her know he still was interested in her. He pursuing what he got going with Hannah, but he's still open to Destiny as well. And if the universe bring them back to each other to recouple, then that's what it's going to be. That's how he looks at life. I'm like, oh, here you go with the mind games and the bullshit. But Marco and Hannah are very, very happy together. We see KK go and sit. KK goes and sit next to Keenan one morning. Ask him how he feel, how he doing. And the other girls are looking on like, look at her. The heart wants what it wants, but he is not the person for her. She deserves way better. But if she want to give him another chance, that's just going to be on her, what she want to do. And that's exactly what she does. Told him, she said in the confession, she got to extend some grace. Girl. Because he wouldn't have extended you no grace. If you had slept in the bed with somebody, because you slept, and that was her whole thing. I slept outside every night with Hannah and Carmen. We were sleeping outside every night. We didn't sleep in the bed with none of those guys. And we only interacted with them as far as kissing in the middle of games. That was it. And here you are sleeping in the bed with the girl every night. And in this conversation, he told her what really happened. He was in the bed asleep. She put her hands on his private. He was like, she was pressing me harder than any of the other girls was pressing any of the guys in here. When he felt her hand on his thing, he instantly woke up and he was like, and he moved. He said he slid over or something to that effect, away from her. And Marco couldn't tell her that because Marco was sleeping. Marco and Kenzo were sleeping outside, so they don't know what was going on in there. They only know hearsay. So he told KK that she accepts his apology again. And she believed what he said. And she's basically giving him another chance. She said, it's just the person I am. I got to give people grace and forgive them. And I'm just like, girl, you're going to get tired of getting your heart stomped on. But anyway, so she makes up with him. KK then pulls Leo to the side, have a conversation with Leo, says she's very disappointed in him. And she think nobody in there hates him, but a lot of people are disappointed. And gives him the female perspective of what happened and everything. And just lets him know that she's not going to beat him up and berate him about what his choice was. That she still care about him. She was just disappointed or whatever. And hurt for Cassie, but she still care about him. And if nobody else in the house care about him, she does. And she gives him a hug. And I was like, that was a nice thing to do as a friend or whatever. And then Leo has a conversation with Johnny. And this is where the episode goes on. Leo has a conversation with Johnny. He admits that he still do have feelings for Cassie. And he's hurt that he hurt her. Because like Johnny was saying, like, Cassie was the one who got hurt. And here you are, keep going in the corner, balling up, walking around moping with your head down, depressed, not paying me no attention, not putting no effort into our connection. And you crying and everything over the wrong that you did to her, to Cassie. And so, but he just let Johnny know, like, the door is open. If Cassie wanted to open the door, because he tried to play it off like she explored her connection. She said, but that still does not answer the question. Is the door, are you still open? Like, if she come back, do you want to give her another chance? And he said he can't just wash his feelings away. And she's in the confessional like, that makes me feel real dumb, real stupid. And like I made the wrong choice and the wrong decision. And I'm just sitting here watching it looking like, you think? Like, I know. In the real world, sometimes you meet somebody and y'all just had this chemistry. It's undeniable. And one thing leads to another and boom, it happens, you know? But, I mean, I get it. It happens. But me personally, the person that I am, I wouldn't allow that to happen on the TV. For the whole world or whoever it is that have this streaming service and watch this show, for them to all see it, I wouldn't have let it happen on TV. That's all I'm going to say about that. And with that, I bid you all a good night, good morning, whatever you want to say, because it right now is 2:56 a.m. I'm supposed to be going to church in another county to see my cousin get baptized. I don't know if that's going to happen. Because this is like an hour and a half drive away, almost. And I would have to leave the house at 8:30. I'm going to go to sleep. I've already showered and everything. I'm going to go to sleep. And I don't know if I'm going to make it. But this is a long Love Island USA review. I hope people watch it. I hope people get in the comments and tell me what they think. And I'll see y'all next time. This one deserved, it was a whole lot of stuff that happened and a lot to unpack. So this one deserved a longer review. I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all made it to this point. And happy Sunday to y'all. And like I said again, peace.